Kia ora koutou. This short video clip is to give you some more details on the exam. The exam is valued out of 30 marks, and it's something that's conducted on the first day, literally after the introductory period of about an hour. The exam itself is for an hour, and it comprises of 3 questions, each worth 10 marks. Oh, by the way, you have a choice. You will get 4 questions from which you need to pick 3. The subject matter for the exams are 4 readings. And each of those readings I've picked very carefully because they are very interesting in and of themselves. They are all, in one fashion or the other, quite seminal in the area of management and leadership. The first reading is by Peter Drucker, and as all of you would have picked up by now, Peter Drucker is the granddaddy of management. And this particular article he wrote in 1994, and it's called The Theory of the Business. The second one that I've picked is one from Harvey and Buckley. And Harvey and Buckley, in their article, talk about some of the conventional wisdoms that have existed for a long, long time in organizations, and how a very quickly changing environment makes some of those conventional wisdoms obsolete. The third article I've picked is from a person called Mintzberg. Mintzberg, as you will find out when you do strategy, is the granddaddy of strategy. Now, this particular article I've given you is the one that he actually wrote for his PhD thesis. It's called What Do Managers Do? And he wrote it ways back in the early 70s. But some of the big conclusions he reaches are still quite valid. Finally, the fourth article is by a leading management thinker called Zalznick, and that's around this constant conundrum of what is the difference between managers and leaders. And this particular article has a viewpoint. So what is the exam about? When you pick 3 of the questions out of these 4 articles, you are actually picking 3 of the articles on which you're going to answer your questions. So for each question, there are 2 parts. The first part deals with finding out if you've understood the concepts and the arguments that the article makes, and that's worth 7 marks. The balance 3 marks, because each question is 10 marks, the balance of 3 marks are for you to try and explain how, if at all, whatever concepts are covered in this article are applicable to the organizations of today, taking your own organization as the reference point. So 10 marks each question 2 parts, 7 marks for understanding the concepts behind the reading, and 3 marks for applying the concepts to your particular context, and 3 times those is 30 marks. So when you look at the articles themselves, each article has a very, very clear idea or belief or hypotheses that it is advocating for. So when you read these articles, when you read each of these 4 readings, read them in order to understand, really to identify, describe, and understand the key points that the author is out to either hypothesize on or advocate. Thereafter, to critically understand the article, what you've got to do is to say, okay, these points that the author has made, how valid are they? in my current context, in the organization I work in the context the organization works in, does this hold? And if you answer these two parts correctly, you pretty much answered the question. I hope this helps. Thank you.